In the late 70s, Southern California was a vibrant and dynamic place, with the rise of punk rock, environmentalism, and crime. The music was electric, the fashion was bold, and the dreams were endless. You were lucky to be here. Well, unless you ran into certain individuals.
Here's the star of the show, your host, Jim Lang.
Thank you. Oh, you're beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you, and welcome once again to the dating game. Time to meet our first three eligible bachelors for game number 1. And here...
But we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Let's back up. That's us, the real Brewsome Twosome. It's a play on words because we like to drink beer and go to gruesome crime scenes. Not in that particular order. Anyway, this story has to do with a photographer. A real sick one at that, who should have been locked away right off the bat when he kidnapped and brutally attacked an 8-year-old girl in 1968, landing himself on the FBI's 10 most wanted list. Instead, he fled to New York City where he went by the alias John Berger.
Cornelia Crilly, a TWA stewardess who came to New York wanting to experience life in the Girl Belt, also known as the Girl Ghetto of the city. That's the east side of Manhattan, for those wondering what the hell I'm talking about. Well, she ran into Rodney Alcala and was later found in her apartment strangled to death with a pair of nylon stockings, had been brutally beaten and raped. Because of the crime wave going on in the city, no one suspected Rodney. He'd spend his summer as a camp counselor in New Hampshire, where, no shit, some of the campers recognized him from the FBI's list. He was flown back to California and only served 3 years and got out on good behavior.
In June of '77, Rodney gets permission from his PO to take a vacation, and he heads back to New York. It's there he meets Ellen Hover. Ellen's father was the owner of Ciro's nightclub in LA and ran with Dean Martin and those guys. In fact, Dean and Sammy Davis Jr. were Ellen's godfathers. Rodney, being the photographer he was, asked if she wanted to do a photo shoot. Then,
Good evening. For most New Yorkers in most parts of the city, it was a day of being powerless, and what began as a crack of thunder, a flash of lightning in the skies above northern Westchester County, and put out the lights for millions of us, now has officials from New York City Hall to the White House asking why and how it all happened again.
July 15th, 1977 was the last time Ellen was seen alive. Her remains were found 11 months later on the Rockefeller estate in Westchester County.
Rodney, now back in California, was busy. His next victim, Jill Barcombe.
Right here where Johnny and I are standing is actually where Jill Barcombe was found dead, 18 years old, in 1977. She was raped, beaten, strangled with a blue pair of slacks. She had some bite marks on her breast. It was just a bad scene.
It was right down the street from Marlon Brando's house. He was actually questioned by the police, but because of the MO, police thought it could be the work of the Hillside Strangler, but they couldn't prove it.
On June 24th, 1978, a woman by the name of Charlotte Lamb was found in the laundry room of this El Segundo apartment complex. She had been sexually assaulted, strangled with a shoelace, and posed with her hands tied behind her back. She was 32 years old.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And welcome to the dating game. And we'll get right underway. It's time to meet our first 3 eligible bachelors for game number 1. And here they are.
Then, Rodney, being the narcissist he was, appears on the dating game.
Let's see. Bachelor number 1 is a successful photographer who got his start when his father found him in the dark room at the age of 13, fully developed. Between takes, he might find him skydiving or motorcycling. Please welcome Rodney Alcala. Rod, welcome.
The other contestants said he was cocky before the show, telling them, quote, "I always get the girl."
I'm a drama teacher, and I'm going to audition each of you for my private class. Bachelor number 1.
You're a dirty old man.
Take it.
Come on, over here.
Wouldn't you know it? Out of all 3 contestants, she chose this jerk-off. Anyway, they never ended up actually going out on the date because she said she got strange vibes from him. Smart girl.
Oh, honey, we ought to go out and boogie.
So behind us is where 21-year-old Jill Parento was found on June 14th, 1979. The window louvers in Jill's apartment had been pried open. Police found her lifeless body propped up by pillows on the bedroom floor. She too had been badly beaten. Detectives later would learn that Rodney was seen dancing with Jill at a local bar just a few days before. Just 6 days later, 12-year-old Robin Samso was playing at Huntington Beach with her friend Bridget when a curly-haired man came up and asked to take their picture. Bridget's adult neighbor happened to be there and asked if everything was all right. The man quickly left. Robin later left by herself to a local ballet studio. That was the last time anyone saw Robin alive. Her decomposed body was found 12 days later dumped off Santa Anita Canyon Road.
Alright guys, so here we are. We made it to Homage Brewing. This is actually my first time being here, I'm ashamed to say.
Shame!
But they have a really good selection of lighter Pilsners and lagers going on here. I went with the German Pilsner, the Tristeza. Very traditional German Pilsner, very bitter, very nice, very light. ultimate drinkability factor on a hot day like what we're experiencing right now.
Yeah.
What did you get, Johnny?
I got the Petals.
Petals,
It's
okay.
their Helles Lager.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah, I could crush a few of these.
Absolutely, man.
Easy drinking.
So yeah, I mean they have a pretty good variety of like I said, lighter options here. Some hoppy stuff too. But if you're into that?
No comment. But yes.
There were no IPAs on the menu, but just right down the street, we probably will be going to Highland Park and getting a couple IPAs after this as well. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I mean, for my first time here, it's a super cool spot. It's literally like a block away from Highland Park up the way. So yeah, overall, pretty good experience so far.
Golf clap? Golf clap.
So we got some food going on here. Johnny going with the birria tacos.
Birria tacos.
Comes with a little dipping sauce, and I got the fish tacos. Very cool. I'm stoked that they have food here as well. We're gonna check this out, and we're gonna enjoy. So.
And join us next time as we uncover more skeletons in Southern California's closet.